Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Papa Dope back with another video, man. I know y'all been seeing up and down y'all timeline all day about this Lindsay case, all right, with the kids. And people been asking me what's my take on it. I'm gonna tell y'all my take on it. I'm just gonna keep it real. Listen, so many people are siding with her, right? And they ain't saying nothing about the kids. That's the first red flag I see in this case. I see what's happening. And remember, the powers that be, what they say, never let a good crisis go to waste. They're going to use this as an example, right? To make, and no disrespect, to make being depressed and bipolar and, postpartum and all this, to give it some light, or to make it acceptable for what comes from being like that, from what they say. Now let's break this shit down, right? First of all, if I ask you, if you stressed out or you got postpartum depression, you stressed, what is stressing you? Fuck what they say it is. Oh, this is postpartum depression, because you got to remember, this shit like a placebo. This is what the word is. This is the meaning. And once you accept the word and the meaning, now you take on the emotion, which brings off the action. This is how words are spells. So the fact that you believe that I got postpartum depression, you just put a spell on yourself, for one. For two, the very people that told you that are the very people that give you the medication, and the very people that are putting you in an environment to make sure that you have what they say is postpartum depression. Because when you ask the average motherfucker, why you depressed, bro? Why you stressed? Bills. Trying to fit in with society. Trying to fit into what they say is beauty. So if you don't have what they call beauty, booty, titties, curves, now you want to go get under the knife. You want to go to the doctor. You want to go get cut all up and pay all this money to fit into that criteria. What is stress? Trying to fit in socially. What is all these things? These are the very things the very people that are telling you have are giving you. Because that's all I see around this case. And you can see all the women, not all, but all the women that are signed with her. It's crazy, bro. If you go to other countries like Qatar and other countries that treat their citizens way better than America, these women get 14 months paid leave for what they call postpartum depression. Do they do that in America? They do the opposite. And just so y'all think I'm not lying, when I say other countries, look, Germany provides up to 14 months of paid parental leave, all right, when shared between both parents. In Greece famously has a traditional 14-month salary structure for annual employment. Now look at this. The United States does not have a federal law that requires employers to pay for paternity leave. Instead of months of paid leave, eligible American workers get up to 12 weeks of unpaid job protected leave under the federal law. You know why? Because all our tax dollars are going toward Greece and Germany to help for them to pay for their motherfucking women for paternity leave, and we get nothing. Let's get back to this video. We're finna skin this cat today. Because what I want people to understand is, bro, you living in an environment that is governed by people that are gonna tell you what's going on with you and gonna cause it. This is what they call cause and effect. They give you a problem, they study it, then they give you a solution. Why they don't do this in other countries? When you get married in other countries, you got a kid. They give you land. They don't do it in America. They give you money. They don't do that in America. Everything in America, from our food, our school system, tax system, everything is to depress you. And you say, I got postpartum depression. Motherfucker, we all got postpartum depression. That's the case. But see, they told you that this comes from birth. And this comes from this, but it all stems around the same thing. We all have the same issues in America, bro. Bitch broke, bitch tired, bitch trying to fit in, bitch trying to take care of their kids, bitch trying to work. Everything we are going through has been systematically designed for you to go through. And I don't give a fuck what color you is. It don't matter. You should know that by now. You can be white, black, blue, green. It don't matter. They came up with the work schedule, the 9 to 5. They came up with how many hours they want you to work, where you'll be away from your child, where your child will have to be in their schools, being taught the same old shit, and it's getting worse. I've done so many motherfucking videos on the school system today. It's getting worse. So these children today are going to be even worse tomorrow. Now I know I'm gonna get a little bit off from the case, but I'm just showing you where this shit stems from. An act was carried out all because a person was mentally under a lot of distress. But where does this distress comes from? It comes from the way that we live. Well, everything should be free. But you got to understand, cuz, when I look online, I'm starting to see this shit becoming a trend. You starting to see women holding their babies, crying and shit, acting as if they're her. Reacting this shit. This is what they want. From the back end of social media, they're going to take posts like that and push that shit. That's why I say, when you're living in an environment that is controlled by the very enemy, right? You can't win. If I put some positive shit out, it don't get no motherfucking play. But put some shit out like this. They're going to make sure every child, every female that hold their baby, that's crying, that's aligning with this whole Lindsay thing, or they're going to push that bitch through the roof. This shit is becoming a trend. Not only that, another young lady by the name of Kaylee Earhart, I think it is, Kaylee Earhart, August the 6th, just did the same thing to her motherfucking kids. One of them holding on now, but sent a video to the dad saying, bye-bye to your kids. If this woman get off, and remember I said this, remember I told y'all, never let a good crisis go to waste. This is what the elites say. If this woman get off because she had postpartum depression, because remember, the prosecutor said, yes, she did it. And the defense said she did it, but she can't be criminally liable because she was going through some shit, because she was mentally unstable, because she was on pills and all that shit. If this woman get off on this case, mark my motherfucking word, you're going to see a slew of this happening. A slew of this happening. Watch what I tell you. You're going to wake up and see another mother than woo woo woo. Another mother than woo woo woo. This is what they want. Y'all just can't see through the shit. Y'all can't see through the shit. Man, you got to understand. Look at this whole case, man. Why did this happen? It happened because somebody broke. Somebody was under some pressure. Somebody had postpartum depression. Somebody was bipolar, whatever the case may be. Okay, I get it. But these diagnoses are coming from the very people that are saying you got this, are the same ones that are making sure you have it. Putting you in environments to say, man, oh man, you know, that's a trace of bipolar, or that's a trace of whatever, depression. They are the ones diagnosing you with this shit. You really think ADHD exists? It only exists because you believe it. If I go dig my grandma up right now, I guarantee you she don't know what the fuck postpartum depression is. See, it was a different time then than it is today. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. So if our men are weak and our women are weak, who's going to be strong? Ask yourself that. And no, I ain't talking about the few that are strong, men and women. I'm talking about majority of America. Okay? I don't think God will put you in a position to be able to reproduce, and after you reproduce, put you through all type of mental stress. That's what man told you. Some motherfucking man told you. Or when you go through stuff like this and that after birth, it's called postpartum stress. And when you accept that shit, you go to acting out as a role. Oh yeah, I got I was diagnosed with. Now remember, the doctors that diagnose you with this shit, they go to school and regurgitate the same bullshit they was taught. This is all over again. Indoctrination. Oh, you got postpartum depression. Oh yeah, and once you accept it, you start allowing yourself to act out. You start accepting certain shit when it's just like, damn, it's just the kids left the toys on the floor. But you got postpartum depression. That means you can act out. You can. And the very people that gave you that diagnosis, that told you to come get these meds, are the ones that making sure that you in that position. And I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna understand that. But remember, this rabbit hole go way deeper than the average person can either comprehend or understand. All right? I will drop another video to this matter, but I just want to say this. From what I see evolving around this case, is that they're going to use this to make it okay for women to act out under what they diagnosed them to have. But they are the ones that's causing these women to have this shit. And you may not believe that, okay? But like I tell you, if you ask a person, why are you stressed? Why are you going through what you're going through? Don't worry about the meaning they gave you or the diagnosis they gave you. Why are you stressed? And I guarantee it's going to fall under the same shit I told y'all. It's going to be bills. It's going to be trying to fit in with social groups. It's going to be trying to be accepted. It's going to be trying to have want to be a better mother or father to your child and can't because your children are disconnected through the same people that gave you that diagnosis. Like, all this shit ties in. You just got to be smart enough to put this shit together. And remember this. God ain't going to allow you to give birth, one of the most precious things in the world, and then turn around and punish you. This is what man said. And even in the Bible, this is what man printed. Understand the power of words. Understand how the brain works. All right? The law of consistency. So when they tell you something over and over and over again, you start to develop some type of truth behind it. And when it becomes truth, it's over. It becomes law to you. But if you think about it, shit don't make no sense. I'm going to drop another video on this matter, man. But put how you feel on the bottom of this hill, man. And be careful of diagnoses. Be careful of them trying to put you in a position or put you in the box to say, oh, you got this or you got that. Bro, come on, bro. They just words. And I know this is going to go over a lot of people's head. But trust me, this ain't for everybody. It ain't. But for those who understand and get it, it's for you. It's for you. Because like I said, if I go dig my grandma up right now, all these terms they're using today, gaslighting, depression. If you look at all these dating sites, they spend more time walking on eggshells trying to be this perfect person than just getting along. You know, I don't want to gaslight you. Man, my grandma ain't did none of that shit back then. It was a different time back then. And these people are basically grooming us to be weak. They're grooming us to accept things that is unnatural. They just basically programming us to get farther and farther away from God's way of doing things. And there's a million examples to show you this. Because if this is what it was, then why they churn or go to the schools we go to? Why they don't go through the shit we go through? Why you don't see them on TV being exploited? I'm talking about the J's. You know who the J's are. The people that's behind all this shit. But again, this ain't for everybody. Put how you feel on the bottom of this motherfucking video, man. I love y'all, man. And like I tell you all the time, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. All right.